Y'all, if you haven't had extensive MLS training, which I'm not sure everybody has because they haven't had the same instructor, I'd highly encourage you to get in there and do that. You can essentially pull a lot of stats out of that, and I would encourage you to do that. So, all right, we're going to get the morning started. Um, Obviously, it is Tuesday and we're in June. And I said this yesterday, and I wanted to bring this back again today because I think this quote resonates with me, and I hope it does with you. But talks about, again, in shift, it says, we're in the era of extra effort. And so a lot of us, I know, are just getting started in real estate. Some of us have been in the real estate business for 12 plus 15 years. And I want us to take pause for a minute because those of us that have been in the business for a while will tell you we're tired, a little bit run down, and quite frankly, it's just hard. But I want us to get back to why we got into the business to begin with. So yesterday we talked about what is our value, what do we want to be known for, and today I'd like to find out why did you get in the business to begin with? What sounded fun to you about real estate? And we've got to get back to having fun in real estate, regardless of whether the market has shifted and regardless of whether it's hard. So I would love for you to ponder on that question. If you have a notepad on your phone, or if you're driving, pull over. But I don't need to know right now, but on Friday, I would like to know why you got into the business. And if you say money, I'm going to tell you to think a little bit deeper than that. I think all of us that have been in the business for a long time tell you the money comes and goes. In a shifting market, money goes away. And in a great market, money flows in, but then it takes away our time. So I just want to touch on that because I think some of us may have forgotten the love for real estate and why we got in it to begin with. And again, I don't want it to be based on money, but I'm going to talk to y'all about a little story of why I got into the business. And getting back to purpose for me, I'm going to share this with you. So I read MREA, and what I loved about MREA was not this. It wasn't net a million. It was give a million. And I started, just a little background on me. I started at a nonprofit, St. Jude, and then got a job in leadership at Christian Brothers University. And I've always wanted to give money, give my time, give my talent, give whatever it may be to serve others, specifically as a leader. I think we all are leaders, whether we realize it or not. But I have a heart for giving. And what I learned is it's very hard to get to the top pinnacle here if I haven't started at the bottom to really think about what it is that's important to me and why I got in the business to begin with. And so I want to walk down this path of think a million, earn a million, net a million, receive a million, and give a million. And what I loved about this when I started looking at this, and this reminded me of Joe as well, Keller Inc. talks about how to give a million. Says you can give gratitude, which I'd encourage you to do that today. If you're going to really set your mindset right in a shift, number one, remember why you're doing what you're doing. Number two, tell somebody you appreciate them instead of looking at all the negative that's happening around us. Make sure that you're giving gratitude and change your perspective. Give your time. So, servicing somebody, giving somebody something during the day that requires your time. You can give money and you can give leadership. You could also give your wealth. So, what is your legacy plan when you leave this earth? So all that to say is, I thought this was really interesting because I was on a call. I'm going to take it back up here. I was on a call with Gary's Top 100, and everybody was talking about how do we get back to the heart of the matter, why we got into the business to begin with. Again, we're all burnt out. Why we got into the business, and how do we get back to the heart of the matter and doing what we love for others that we love to serve. And Sarah Reynolds, I don't know if y'all know her, but she does about 1 billion in volume She is 100% somebody I highly respect and look up to. And she had me and a few others on the call talking about how we can give more and do what is called transactional giving. When I say transactional giving, what does that mean to you all if you'll hit it in the chat? If you're not driving, please do not drive. Anybody? Transactional giving. Give with every transaction. So if I'm coming at it and real estate, number one, was something that I love to do, right? And getting back to why I love what I love. And if I say, hey, I've got a transactional giving goal, i.e., I give $50 of every closing to some sort of nonprofit in need, do you think I'm going to come off more genuine to my client, or is it going to look like I have commission breath and all I want is for what's in it for me? So I want us to get really clear on if we love what we do and we truly love it so much that it's not about the money. I get it. At first, it has to be about the money. But if we love what we do, I promise you, you will get more business from your clients because you're coming at it with the heart of the matter and not coming at it with, this is what I need. So understanding and getting really clear of what that means. And so I talked to them, and I'm challenging everybody on here. Number one, you got to get into production. And the only way to get into production is get very clear about why you love what you do. And even in a hard market, if you love what you do and you understand why you're doing it, on a hard day or a day that you're sick, you'll still get out of bed and do the thing. I think everybody would agree with me on that. If you don't know why, it is very easy to throw in the towel, right? And then from there, once you start making some money, I ask that you start giving your time, your talent, your leadership, or your money back to something that is important to you. So what it resonated with me last week on the call was number one, I'm clearly very sick. I've been sick for over a week. Still got on the call because it was important to me. And we were talking about KW Cares. And for those that don't know, KW Cares is a huge nonprofit that helps a lot of people. And what I realized really quickly was I wasn't giving to an organization that I care so much about. And how can I start giving more transactional giving to, if I'm going to give $50, how can I do half of that to KW Cares and half of that to a local nonprofit of choice, which I've already talked to Pastor Mike. That's where I'm going to put my money so that I can help feed people in Memphis. But I can do both. And so it really gave me a little bit of heart, honestly, to get back in the game last week after feeling horrible, because I know it's not about me. It's about my purpose, it's about my service, and it's about my giving of others. And quite frankly, when I looked at it from that perspective, did I have a open hand or a closed hand? And what I mean by that is if I'm coming at abundance, the world will open up to me and you will be surprised. When you love what you do and it resonates through you, through your soul, I promise you, you will get business. But if you come at life like this, everything's wrong, everything's bad, I need this right now, I promise you, the world will not open up for you. So if you need to get right in your head and you need to get right in your mind and you need to get right in your heart, I would encourage you to take a minute to really write down why you got into this business to begin with. And in order to do that, you then can write your value proposition and what your mission is in the world, right? So I wanted to lead today with a video from KW Cares, a family, which there are all kinds of families, hundreds of families that have been served by this organization. And if you don't know, I'm getting emotional about this. There was a major hurricane that hit Houston, right when I started. And they flipped Mega Camp and called it Mega Relief. And instead of going to Mastermind and serving me, I got to go to a huge conference and serve others. And the perspective it brought me went from what about me to what about everybody else. I got more out of that bus ride than I think I ever have in any of our large conferences. So oftentimes when we go to me instead of we will truly lose focus on what we set out to intend to do to help serve others and, quite frankly, be of service to others. And when we do that, we will be looking at the world through an abundance perspective, and the world will respond accordingly. So I want to end today on a 3-minute video. I hope you've taken a minute to listen. There are all kinds of videos on KW Connect and on KW Cares, but this one was a really good one. And quite frankly, I need to say this. This will happen to all of us at some point. Life will happen at some point. Are you truly giving and loving with a abundant heart so that when your time comes, the world will respond to you accordingly?
My name is Levi Lane. I'm a realtor in Columbia, South Carolina.
My name is Megan Lane, and I've been married to Levi for 10 years.
Life was fairly typical for me and Megan. We had 3 kids at the time. We were very involved with the church. And then, of course, our real estate business kept us busy.
I was also homeschooling part-time. I had just found out I was pregnant with baby number 4. On top of taking care of the kids in the home, I was pretty tired and pretty sick as well.
I had some symptoms that presented themselves and gradually got worse. So some low back pain that progressively got more intense. And then I had nighttime sweating.
He went to the ER, and eventually they scanned him and found a mass outside of his chest. And I just remember, I think he called me and said they found something.
They noticed a mass outside of my lung. After the biopsy, the results came back in. They gave us it was official diagnosis of testicular cancer. They found tumors kind of throughout my body. They needed to do the chemotherapy pretty much right away. The chemo treatment would be about 4 rounds, which would put it maybe within about a 2 to 3 month time frame at best. That was the best case scenario that I would be out of work. There was only so many dollars to help cover for medical expenses and living expenses at that point.
Chemo was really rough on Levi. The end of his treatment, I was pushing him around in a wheelchair just to get him to the chemo room because he couldn't walk. Our team leader, Brenda Starnes, was the one who really encouraged us to apply for this grant. I did a lot of it from the chemo room, sitting across from Levi, because that was kind of the only time I had. I worked with Alyssa from KW Cares. She was so kind and compassionate. When we officially received the grant, we were just blown away at the generosity of KW Cares. He was there in the hospital room when I gave birth to our little baby. Just a couple weeks before he was born was when we found out he was cancer-free. So it's very emotional. Levi's doing really well now, and his body is completely free of cancer as far as we know.
We're very thankful for the process and the encouragement that came both from our market center and then from Keller Williams.
The name kind of says it all. They really do care.
I just feel like it's what makes us a family is Keller Williams.
Again, what I hope for y'all today is you start looking at the world with opportunity, hope, and love, and not on a lack of abundance and where frustration leads to isolation and all the things. So wanted to wrap that up today. I did
Did she freeze y'all?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Uh-oh. She was gonna show us something.
Oh no.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, you froze. There you go.
One last thing I'd like to say, I'm going to start rolling down some tools and leverage points for y'all so that you can help show your value to the world and give your time back to the world. We're going to start chunking down all the tools, all the leverage, all the software, all the things. Because I think there's a whole suite of things that y'all may not know that you have access to. My job is to make it easier for y'all to be able to serve others and even in a shifting market. So together we all achieve more. I hope and pray y'all have a great day. Like I tell my kids, make it a good one, make it count. Bye y'all.
Sarah, whatever you were showing us, you froze. Can you show us what you were going to show us? Sorry.
Just this picture. And
Who
it's
Aw.
made that? Who made it?
Ava Grace and it says Slay Queen.
Oh, that's cute. Thank you.
Yeah, the kids had a drawing contest last night and both of them did pretty fabulous. This is my headshot. That's what I got.
Love
Uh,
it.
y'all make it a good one. Make it count. Love you all.
Have a
Love
good day.
ya. Love you. Peace.